All right. Look, I know this has been a long couple of weeks. I've been away from my desk, dealing with a lot, but I did get that interview done with the Elvis enthusiast, Elvis music enthusiast, and got his concert recorded to the best of my ability. And so that is all in the channel if y'all want to go look at it. That's all I've gotten done in about 2 weeks. But now, time to move on to bigger and better things, and that is the Asylum after Mania. Bring out the list, lovely list. First, let's talk about WrestleCon. Cora Jade gets her butt pinched. No other way to say it. She gets her butt pinched doing a fan encounter at WrestleCon, and Cora Jade exposes the fan to the world of her followers and about what he did and this and that. And I watched the video and I'm just like, daggum, dude, why did you do it? First of all, why did you do it? It's not right to do that. You shouldn't be using professional female wrestlers as sex toys. But and number two, don't you look stupid now for doing something stupid? I mean, honest to God, it's just like, don't you look stupid now for being doing something stupid, man? It's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely nuts on a high level. And so I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, Cora Jade, she's beautiful. Liv Morgan's beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful female wrestlers out there, both professional and independent. I would never do that. I would never do that. I mean, honestly, it's like, why are you going to, get in somebody's zone like that? Why are you going to just step up and assault somebody like that? And I mean, that's me. I'm a rational person, but there's people out there that do it. I guess people out there that will assault a female professional wrestler or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Where was the security at? That's what I want to know. Was he even still around after? And I also want to know, was that guy even still around after the fact that Cora Jade exposed him all across of her millions of followers, however many she's got? I don't know. But I mean, was he even still there? I mean, it's just crazy. Where was the security at? And while I'm on the subject of where the security was at WrestleCon, let me touch on Vito, JCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling's Vito, gets in a fight with a fan at WrestleCon, and they have a physical encounter in front of his table, in which I understand that but what's his name? Oh shoot, I had it earlier. Um, D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown had to break it up. As far as I know, that's what happened. I mean, I watched the video. I reran the video back and forth, and I'm pretty sure that was D'Lo Brown that broke that up. And my question is, where was the security at WrestleCon? I mean, seriously, we got sexual assault on one end, we got physical assault on another end. We just got everything's bouncing off the walls. It's just crazy, man. It's absolutely nuts. It's crazy. And I've always wanted to go to WrestleCon. I have. I mean, I need a suitcase full of money to be able to enjoy myself to 100%, but I've always wanted to go to WrestleCon. But that's just that's crazy. I mean, just I know I'm repeating myself, but still, it's absolutely nuts. I mean, we have a wrestler fighting a fan on one end. We got a sexual assault a fan sexually assaulting a female wrestler on the other end. Just like, oh, come on. Then, I mean, this wasn't WrestleCon, but in one of the hotels there, a fan was invading Bailey's and I think AJ Lee's space or something like that. I think it is those two. And we have CM Punk who knocks the phone out of the fan's hand. And is that right? Was that right to do? I don't know. He didn't face no kind of disciplinary action from WWE, but was it right for him to break a fan's phone for them recording them hugging or whatever they were doing? Which I mean, I think they were hugging or something like that. They're talking to each other. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're a wrestler and you're going to a place like Vegas, you have to imagine you're going to get yourself um, recognized several times a night. I mean, several times a day and night, especially leading up to the events. I mean, you saw CM Punk has to deal with it. I mean, I know CM Punk and a lot of the wrestlers don't like people showing up at airports and hotels and trying to get autographs and stuff, but I mean, you have to just know it's part of the system. It's part of the way that being an athlete and being a celebrity works. I mean, unless you get the backdoor treatment like the legends of like Hulk Hogan and them did and this and that, and it's just like you're going to be noticed. I mean, look at Elvis. Look at Elvis Presley. I mean, he got ran out of the building every night by all these girls and stuff. Got thrown into a limousine or his car or whatever and sped off. Elvis has left the building. I mean, just look at it. Look at it like that. I mean, it's been going on for years, and it's been going on for years, many years of celebrity, many types of celebrity. It's just crazy. It's just something you have to deal with. Crazy fans included. It's just something you have to deal with. I mean, I think I need more security. That's all. That's all I got to say about that. It's just nuts. Now let's talk about this. Obi Femi retires Brock Lesnar, and he wants Reigns at SummerSlam, which that'd be interesting. I mean, to have Obi Femi get the world title shot at SummerSlam against Roman Reigns, that'd be wild. That would be wild. I mean, Obi Femi was already decimated Brock Lesnar at the same point in time. A few days later, Jacob Fatu decimates Roman Reigns, and he's going to apparently get him at Backlash. And but so if Reigns was to face Jacob Fatu and win at Backlash, which I'm sure he will, and get to SummerSlam and face Obi Femi, I mean, that's building Obi Femi up really quick, which a lot of people complain about that, but I mean, look at Goldberg. Look at Goldberg. I'm not saying that Obi Femi would beat Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I'm not saying that would happen at all, but I'm just saying they're building up awfully quick to for his wrestling character, awfully quick, and but it's possible. It's possible to have that match. It's possible to have that match at SummerSlam. I'd love to see that match at SummerSlam. Obi Femi versus Roman Reigns. I mean, that'd be wild. That'd be a wild match to watch. And you can really build up the hype around that match. And I mean, another beast, another massive wrestler like Obi Femi or Brock Lesnar or Psycho Sid. His family is upset about how he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I didn't see the Hall of Fame ceremony this year. I just read different things about how he was inducted into the legacy class, this and that. And I can honestly say I can understand it. I can understand it. Sid was a massive force in wrestling. Sid was both in WCW and WWE and held world championships in both. He deserved a bigger boost into the WWE Hall of Fame than what he got. Plain and simple. So I agree with the family on that one. And while we're on the subject of beasts, let's talk about Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. Rhea Ripley defeats Jade Cargill, okay, because the women's champion. She becomes the women's champion again, which I congratulate. I congratulate that choice. That was awesome. But let's just look at how Jade Cargill was booked in AEW, like a female Goldberg. compared to how he how she was booked, how she has been booked in WWE. It's a hit and miss, you know. I mean, she's won some, lost some. I mean, she's held the title, but she didn't hold the title anywhere near like she held the title in AEW. That's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, they're totally like, just defusing her. They're defusing her, and it's just. I'm glad about that. I'm glad about that. Jay deserved to lose. Rhea deserves another run at the championship. Jay deserved to lose, and that was for sure needed to happen. And Jay doesn't need to be the female Goldberg. I mean, she really doesn't. Rhea Ripley doesn't need to be the female Goldberg. There doesn't need to be a female Goldberg. There doesn't need to be another Goldberg in general. There just doesn't. There doesn't need to be another Goldberg in general. And I say this as, I mean, we all know how that worked out with Goldberg. I mean, you built him up too fast, and he just started destroying everybody, and you started throwing more wins on Goldberg, as many wins on Goldberg as the NWO probably had toward the end of their time span. So, I mean, it got old, got stale. I mean, then it's like Goldberg lost the championship with having to have a cow prod zapping him, and then he loses the championship to Kevin Nash, and ever since then it's like anybody could beat him. I mean, it's kind of like what we got with Roman Reigns now. I mean, he's not going to hold the title another 2,000 days or something like that, but he's eventually going to be beatable by somebody, and it's like with Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné, she won all these championships, and like she takes these championships, and she starts, and now she's dropping all the championships back to the company that she won them at, and it's just one of those things. It's like once you beat the unbeatable, it's like they're able to be beat all the time, pretty much, and that's the truth of that. Speaking of beast, let me talk about Kevin Nash. I read where Kevin Nash complained about the catering at WrestleMania, WrestleMania, Vegas. This is a funny story. I was a vendor. I set up my books and stuff at WrestleJam 4, and Kevin Nash was there. And Kevin Nash came in with a brown bag. He had a brown bag with him, and I didn't know what the brown bag was until later. I heard that Teddy Long told Kevin Nash that Ringgold was a dry county. Ringgold was a dry county, and so he came in lit, man. He came in lit, and I just think it's crazy. It's like I went up to him for an autograph, and he was like all pissy and not in a bad mood, and eventually he signed my belt, but he didn't want to. I knew he didn't want to, and so it's just like, and then it's like I met him again a few weeks later at Knoxville Fanboy Expo, and there he was in a totally different mood than he was at WrestleJam. I mean, because he wasn't drinking. He wasn't drinking. He was drinking that night. He was a prick. I mean, honestly, he was. He was a prick. Anyway, another thing to do with pricks. What is the deal with this noggin boss hats from the WWF have got together with and partnered with to do WWF big ass noggin hats? It's like I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with those damn things. I mean, they're so big. They're bigger than the cowboy hat that was sitting in front of me at WrestleMania 25. They're bigger than that guy's cowboy bucket cowboy hat that was in front of me at WrestleMania 25 that's keeping me from seeing the action. And it's like, I looked how much they cost. It's like $150. I mean, if you got a kid that wants one, okay, how are you going to get the money? How's a normal family going to have the extra money to buy one kid a noggin hat of whoever, especially if they got. I mean, that's a lot of money just to chill out on a hat. And then it's like, what if they had two kids or more kids? It's like, you're not supposed to go buy all your kids a noggin hat. You're just not. Unless you're really rich, you're not going to do it. And those big ass hats, man. I saw where CM Punk put it on, and the guy was going around the Wrestle World or Wrestle Access or whatever it's called now, getting the different wrestlers to sign the noggin hats. And it's just like, just crazy, man. It's just nuts. It just cracks me up. It's like, what's the point in those? I mean, masks are so much cooler. Just don't. Just be honest. Now, look, let's talk about this. Now, I didn't see this. I only saw this in a reel where Danhausen came out with the little Danhausens. I know I'm flipping on you, but I saw where Danhausen came out with the little Danhausens and destroyed the Miz with the 5-knuckle shuffle and all this kind of stuff and carried off, toxic guy and all this and that. It's just like, Danhausen. I met Danhausen at WrestleVerse last year before he joined WWE, and he's signed my AEW belt. I think I mentioned this, and but I got a picture with him too, and so it's like, honestly, he's a cool guy, and his gimmick is cool. The vampire gimmick's cool. He's funny. That's good. That's good. So when R-Truth finally does leave, he can step in for be the comic relief. And it's just like, just one of those things, man. It's like Danhausen was awesome across WrestleMania weekend. I mean, like I said, I didn't see WrestleMania Night 2. I wasn't at Twin Peaks, but I know for the fact that Danhausen's a cool guy, and WWE is in the rights and did the right thing by getting Danhausen to join WWE. And that's where I'm getting at now is, WWE uses Danhausen in the right way as comic relief, but they have LA Knight, who came out in that big old monster truck on night one, and it's like, they just don't even use him, man. They don't use LA Knight worth a damn. They really don't use LA Knight worth a damn. It's just crazy. It's just, I mean, he's a champion in another promotion. He's a champion in Impact. He's a world champion in Impact. And it's like I can't even name any major championship that he's held since he joined in WWE. I mean, honest to God, I mean, he should become Money in the Bank. He should win the championship, one of them. I mean, honest to God, he deserves a run. He deserves a run. WWE, if you're watching this, Triple H, if you're watching this, LA Knight deserves a run. Period. And when I'm going to just touch briefly on the releases right now. Kairi Sane was released. To my understanding, WWE muted out Bring Back Kairi Sane or We Love Kairi Sane on television the other night. They didn't do that with R-Truth. Since I brought R-Truth up, they didn't do that with R-Truth, but they brought his ass back. Whether Triple H is telling the truth or not, saying that R-Truth was never released. Whatever. He was listed. Anyway, I'll get to the releases in a minute. All right, look, this is something that made me laugh real loud was when John Cena would come out and he would announce the attendance for night 1 and night 2, Mania, and it's like, It took 2 nights of attendance to get over the attendance as at WrestleMania 25 in Houston. You realize that? That if WrestleMania was just that one night, like it's usually just was usually years ago, one night, that it took over. It took 2 nights to get over the WrestleMania attendance for one night at WrestleMania 25 in Houston, Texas. I mean, then it's like they bring out Bianca Belair, her being pregnant, showing her off being pregnant, and saying that here's one more. It's like making a joke about it. It's not funny. It's not funny. And the thing is, next year's WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi. So I don't see that many Americans flying to Saudi to see WrestleMania. I really don't. Unless they got family there or something and they're familiar with all that stuff in Saudi. But I mean, with all the bombs going off here and there and drones and this and that and war going on, I don't see that many Americans getting on a jet, on a plane, flying to Saudi for WrestleMania. I really don't. I really don't. But when they bring WrestleMania back to the States in 2028, what if Vegas bids highest again? What if Vegas bids highest again? What if Vegas says, well, we want it back. Bring it back. We'll shell out X amount of dollars and you can bring WrestleMania back and you have an even lower attendance rate if it was brought to Vegas a third year. Even with the break with Saudi in between. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. You would. But Vegas has the power to do it. Vegas has the power to say, we'll pay you this stuff up front to bring WrestleMania back. And WWE and TKO is so greedy, they would do it. They would do it, honestly. Okay. Let me talk about this real quick. Another beast. Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Like I said earlier, Obafemi retired him. He took off the boots. He took off his boots, left his boots in the ring, walked back to the back barefoot. And I understand this is because him and Triple H aren't getting along or don't get along. I mean, people would think he would hang on and do another match at WrestleMania against Gunther and let Gunther retire him, like Gunther retired AJ Styles, like Gunther retired Goldberg, like Gunther retired not CM Punk, but John Cena and AJ Styles and Goldberg. It's just like, not to mention the Undertaker. But he wanted out, so he wanted out. He took off his shoes and footwear, walked to the back barefoot, and was done with it. He's done with WWE, and I understand there's some lawsuits might be in effect now. So I'll keep you up to date on the lawsuits because I really don't know how long his contract was extended to. I don't know if he was supposed to go to SummerSlam or do any more matches this year, but as far as I know, Obafemi has retired him. So there you go. And with that being said, TKO says that they control WWE's creative. How does a company, TKO as a company that runs a mixed martial arts promotion known as the Ultimate Fighting Championship and owns WWE, how can they possibly know how to write creative for a wrestling entertainment company? Honestly, I mean, I don't know. I think I could do a good job at it. I really do. I mean, wrestling for a cause used a lot of my ideas. So since wrestling for a cause used a lot of my ideas, I'm sure, hey, then I could do a good job at it. But with that being said, William, you must be thinking about me. Sir William, you must be thinking about me. But with that being said, it's like, how can TKO be in charge? Really? How can TKO be in charge at all of a wrestling company? Creative development? I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, honestly, me personally, if I was to watch wrestling on TV, I'd watch TNA or I'd watch AEW. Maybe not in that order, but those are the two I'd watch. NXT is getting fun to watch. And I'll get to that in a minute. But here's the question. If TKO is in charge of their creative and and, and there's a possibility, and there is the possibility that you could get Brock to come for one more match. If you could secure Brock, give him, I don't know, $10 million, $15 million to come back for SummerSlam and face Gunther and lose to Gunther and go out the right way. I mean, you could do it as a story angle that Triple H made him come back. You owe me one more match. You're going to give me one more match. I mean, just something like that. It's just crazy, man. But should that match happen? Does it matter anymore? I mean, does Brock versus Gunther with Gunther retiring Brock even matter anymore? Since he lost to Obafemi and he retired. Would you want to see Brock retire twice? That's the question to keep in mind. Now, look, like I was saying, I saw WrestleMania Night 1 in Twin Peaks. And I was looking at Cody's massive injuries after that match with Randy Orton. And after Night 1 of Mania, Cody was busted up. Cody's eye was falling shut. Cody was hurt, man. I'm wondering, and I haven't watched any wrestling. I'll be honest with you. I'm honest with my fans or my viewers. You don't have to like me. You don't have to be a fan of mine to be my viewer. But I have not kept up with wrestling since WrestleMania that much. And but I wonder who Cody's going to face coming up at these next coming events. I saw him kind of hint at a CM Punk match at one point in time, and when him and CM Punk were in the ring, and I saw that reel that took place on the Monday after Mania. So would it be CM Punk? Would it be Randy Orton? Who would it be? Who do you want it to be? That's a good question. It's, who do you want it to be? Now, look, I've talked about the call-ups. I'm going to talk about the call-ups. Sol Ruka shows up Monday, faces Liv Morgan, and for the, I don't know if the championship was on the line or what. I just know she lost. But Sol Ruka showed up Monday on Raw. Joe Hendry's been on Raw this week. Fatal Influence has showed up on SmackDown. And a lot of people have showed up different places. And it's just the atmosphere is changing with the call-ups. And the atmosphere is changing with the releases. And one release that I want to talk about specifically is the Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Six's release makes me more upset than anything that I've ever thought went wrong creatively anywhere. The Wyatt Six's release made me more upset than anything. That's the most. I mean, it was a shame. It was a shame. There's so much stuff they could have done with that group, but they really didn't pull the trigger. They didn't pull the trigger with any of it. That could have made them a real dominant faction. They could have did a New World Order type invasion type situation. They could have used them for war games. They could have used, the stories are endless of what they could do with that group. I mean, honestly, that was a cool group, and I hope they stay together, and I hope they do the indies together. I really do. I'd like to see that happen. because I think it's a shame to Bray. It's a shame to them. It's a shame to Bray Wyatt. It's a shame to Uncle Howdy. All of it. It's just like it's ridiculous. There's so much they could have done with that group. They just chose not to. They just chose not to. Bottom line. Now, like I said, I was going to get to NXT. Now I'm getting to NXT. CW says they're picking up NXT PLEs. But to my understanding, they're not going to be showing just on CW on television. So my understanding, they're going to be showing on the ESPN app. And they're going to be produced with CW Sports or this and that. Something like that. As far as I know, that's the way it's going to be. They're going to be on the ESPN app too. And it pisses me off that they are because I enjoyed watching that premium live event of NXT on the YouTube channel. But I'd hate to give somebody something enjoyable to watch. I really would. I would hate to give anybody something enjoyable to watch because it's just like, whatever. I mean, like, I don't watch much NXT. I really don't. I especially don't watch it on Tuesday nights. I really don't. I watched it this past week when Sol Ruka faced Zarya in the last woman standing match. And that match was wild. That match was wilder than hell, man. And then when the final and the match finally ended with Sol Ruka being tossed off of that high perch and falling through one of the tables and cracking her head on the court floor. It's just like, I don't know how she did it, man. I really don't. I she got a lot of staples in her head. That's all I know. But with Zarya putting Sol Ruka behind her, and with Zarya being on her own now in NXT, I would love to see Zarya going for that women's championship. I'd love for her to take both of them. I really would. Zarya deserves more than to be a buddy. Zarya deserves a championship run. Zarya deserves to be the beast that she is and to be feared like the beast that she is. I mean, honestly, I want to see the other NXT female superstars bow down to Zarya, fear Zarya, and not know how to handle Zarya because she's such a beast. Honest to God. Like freaking Tatum Paxley and Blake Monroe. Well, Blake Monroe is being shipped to, is one of the call ups going to SmackDown along with Ricky Saints. But with Tatum Paxley and Blake Monroe, they said the same night in a casket match, which Tatum, of course, dominated in her Gothic style. And reminded me a lot of The Undertaker. Tatum reminded me a lot of The Undertaker that night. And it was wild. That's the only reason I watch this too. But what I know is that Zarya, I know Zarya could crush Tatum, and I know Zarya could crush Lola Vice. And I know it's very possible for Zarya to become a two-time champion, hold 2 championships at one time. I mean, that's what I'd like to see, man. That's what I'd love to see. And if I'd love to see when she gets called up, I'd like to see Zarya versus Jordan Grace and so forth. I mean, just honestly, and that's just what I want to see. And Zarya is no longer the buddy, the ride along buddy. She's on her own now. Let her drive herself to her own, accomplishments, her own championships. And that's it. That's it. Like I said, I know that it's been over a week since I've come on and done this, done Wednesday Night Asylum. But I did get that interview with that Elvis music enthusiast along with his concert last Friday. And I did get some stuff put up here. I did get some stuff put up here. But I'm hoping to get back on a normal routine now. Um, doing Wednesday Night Asylum. With that being said, if you're not UWO, then I can't help you.